Sosoi, become the motor. Welcome folks to another Sosoi spikeboarding tutorial and demonstration video of the sport of balanced strength. So here we are beginning on West Campus Road. We are in Golden, Colorado, and we are on the Colorado School of Mines campus during a summer field session where we had partnered with the computer science third-year engineering students to make us an app for Android in a slightly unrelated way, but related way to the sport of spikeboarding. And you'll be able to see on the back of that board is a stud pin, a little silver 10-inch stud pin, and that's where a spike banner would go. And spike banner has nothing to do with performance. We brought spikeboarding to the world, and as you can see, it's a whole heck of a lot of fun. And of course, if you've made spikeboarding, then you make spike banner and you turn it into experiential out-of-home marketing. Guys, go to SpikeBoarding.com if you want to check out some very cutting-edge disruption in the outdoor marketing business. And if you have Android, well, you can download the app and follow along as we begin to spikeboard for a dozen sensational, very worthy nonprofits, and we begin to gain elevation and mileage accumulation as we represent their banner in public. So you can see that pin back there, and that's the only board we had out on this testing day for Spike Banner. So we went ahead and came out and did a little demonstration of the sport of spikeboarding, which is 2 strokes with a little one-arm variation. Here at the Colorado School of Mines on a very quiet day in summer, and that's when you want to do this loop because it's going to cut straight through the campus. So that was the explanation of what we're doing out here, and we're going to make this loop happen twice, and we'll get into some more description technically for you on the next loop. It's about a 4-minute loop, and it does involve a little downhilling, and the downhilling when the space is empty and available is open for a little bit of carving, and you can actually get down most of the downhill without any braking and without any touching, what we like to call no touch. So following a nice clean line, you can carve off some of the speed, and then you can come around at the corner of West Campus Road and make sure that there's no cars and take that left and then do your climb, and you have basically a high side low side situation, which is what you're always looking for in spikeboarding, a sport very similar to cross-country roller skiing. Cross-country skiing does not do downhill. It focuses on just a high side and a low side, keeping your speeds well under, say, 30 miles an hour, primarily almost always at like 18, 19 sort of deal. And here are the couple of carves, and then let's get into this loop. Let's just consider this the start right here, and we're going to go up West Campus Drive, and the person leading us out on this camera bike isn't that familiar with leading athletes, so he's going to take us through the same hole twice. So we're gonna, there it is. We're really close to that camera bike, guys. Oh, probably about 1.5 feet or so, 2 feet. It's a pretty wide angle lens, and you got to try to call those things out when you're leading cycles or leading skateboards. But we really appreciate the camera work anyway. But yeah, you want to call that out left and right, but we're going to hit it on the next time around as well. So what you're seeing there is the Cubi cross. There's the Cubi cross, the kick and the spike simultaneously in that spike movement. Notice how the arm is maintaining a good 90 to 120 degree angle. It's coming directly from the sport of cross-country skiing. So when you kick and spike at the same time, this is known as a Cubi cross stroke. And then when you grab the skateboard spike and that's a stand-up spike stroke, and when it's that seamless from the rear, it's called a connector. So connector strokes, connector drill, connects the Cubillo cross and the stand-up spike seamlessly. As you can see, guys, this is an ambi-pedal sport, so it's completely bilateral, and you need to learn how to do that. The delivery of what the sport gives you is the equivalent of cross-country skiing. So it's very comprehensive, head to toe, but as you can see, there's no tips to cross. So roller skiing might be a little challenging on this particular circuit. You've got some tiled concrete that you have to go through. That would be a little disruptive for roller skiing, as well as some very interesting turns that you need to navigate, where you might need to have some immediate braking. And of course, in spikeboarding, cadence braking, putting feet down is something that's always available. Here's a little 1/1. 1/1s are really nice. So stand on one leg and spike with one arm. It's great functional strength, endurance, balance on one board. And again, there's no tips to cross. So it's very similar to snowboard and skiing. It's a little more casual on a board. And there's the frats, the top of the frat row. Some frats. If you want to start spikeboarding, give us a holler. We'd love to get you going. Or the whole school in general. If you guys want to start a club, let's do it. And this is very casual spikeboarding. As you can see, coming across Elm here, it's a little crocodile pavement a little bit. So you can have some little issues with that. Notice how that fender worked sensationally. Not allowing us to hit or nick that wheel when that spike, that skateboard spike, came across. You guys are engineers, so realize that the device in this athlete's hand, from the handle down, from the grip down, is a ski pole, more or less. But from the handle up, it's a very unique device, and try to consider it equivalent to a tennis racket or a golf club or a hockey stick. These are very simple devices from 100 years ago. But without a skateboard spike, you cannot stand up spike with any performance. And if you think you can, up folks, that's what the skateboard spike does. It really helps you go up hills. And of course, there's a $4,000 KOM and QOM, that's King of Mountain and Queen of Mountain prize for the mountain that is your front yard. So your front yard is Lookout Mountain, and this athlete has a challenge for qualified stand-up spike racing up Lookout Mountain. So if you want to inquire, just send us an email at info@susoix.com, or give a call 917-566-3386. We've got one qualifier in Denver already, a former white jersey winner of the Tour of Ireland. And so as soon as we get 4, 5, 6 people to do a 7 a.m. start, we'll give that a go. So there you go. There was the hole again, and popped right into it. But this athlete's got about 8 years of development, so managed to get right around that. And see that drift, we drifted straight to the back. That's why these boards have that standover length, and also have those drops. It's really easy to drift when you have drops. It's hard to drift when you don't. This is about the end of the loop, folks, so I hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to pop out here right where we started, spike hard, spike often, and when that loop is open and available, you can be respectful of everyone else who's using the pass. Come on out and do some spikeboarding. Spike hard, spike often, spikeboarding. So soy, become the motor.